Hi, this is Linda Nyer. The purpose of this PowerPoint is to teach you some additional, more advanced search tips for library research. So it's recommended that if you have basic questions about just searching and using the library's resources, the catalog and databases, I recommend that you first complete the General Library Research Tutorial 2.0, and that is linked in your Bolt course too. This PowerPoint, as I said, will go into some more advanced methods, so let's get started. First of all, you need to know how to navigate the library's website. Just know that the large search box with Search Everything is a good place to start for a lot of searches. You can apply limiters. If you want to see which databases are specifically for nursing, you can use that link in the bottom of the box for databases by A to Z in subject. And then over on the left-hand side under researching, there are a number of research guides, and I'll be showing you more about that. Last but not least, know that the Ask a Librarian icon underneath their banner up in the upper right hand corner is always a great way to get help from a librarian or staff member. If you're off campus, you want to be able to access our subscribed resources. So before you even get started, just click on that off-campus access link and it will prompt you to log in with your Husky username and password. That is your single sign-on, which works for your email and for Bolt. It's the same for the library. So when you're selecting sources, it's important to give some thought to what point of your research you're at. If you are just starting out, you may need background information, so that may be appropriate for you to go to our BU Books and More and look for an ebook with background information. If you're just starting out, maybe Search Everything would be a good place to begin because that searches both for books and articles. If you know specifically what you want, you have a specific study that you're trying to find, then maybe that Search Articles tab will be the best place to start. You can also go to the databases by A to Z and subject if you know the specific database you want, or if you want to see a list of the databases for nursing, for example. And the research guides on the left-hand side are another good place to begin too. The discipline guide for nursing research is also posted in your Bolt course. So this is a screenshot of the nursing research, the nursing research guide. You'll see the tabs organized across the top. I'm on the Finding Books page right now, which, as I said, is a great place to get some background information. The Finding Articles tab has those nursing databases listed that you'll use most frequently. When you are searching in the nursing databases, take advantage of the and or operators as shown here. The first box will show you that the default is to have the and in between your search boxes. And basically in this example, you're telling the database I want to find stuff on nursing homes and on the elderly. Now, on each line, notice that there are some synonyms or related terms, and you can use the OR operator to search for multiple terms at one time. You don't have to do it, but sometimes it saves time to do it that way. So if you can think of synonyms for a term, you can just type those on the same line using the OR in between them. Notice the last box there. There is an asterisk after the word nurse, and the reason for that is that's a quick shorthand way of getting plural forms of a word to search for that automatically, which you can do in databases. Sometimes that's called truncation or wildcard, and it's just a helpful way to get the root word so you don't have to type everything out. So I can search for nurse or nurses simply by typing that in. If you're searching on a single line, this is what it would look like. Another tip is to use the subject headings in the databases. In CINAHL, that is going to be called CINAHL headings. In the PubMed shown here, The subject headings are referred to as MESH or medical subject headings. And for obvious reasons in medicine, it's really important to know the synonyms and to know what the term is, because you may miss some really relevant articles if you don't use the proper subject heading. So, for an example, I had somebody asking me about kangaroo care, and we did a little search and found out that it was a subcategory of infant care. And she was actually interested in some other categories for infant care as well. So we searched on that, and then it just will pull all of those articles together. Another tip is to use the database filters in PubMed. Most databases have them listed on the left. In PubMed, you first have to display the filter and then you have to select the filter. So in this case, you can see I've selected a bunch of article types for research, a publication date of the last 5 years, English language, and under journal categories, this is rather important. I've selected nursing journals because this database is for medicine physicians as well. It's sort of the database for all medical information. It's very disease focused, condition focused. So if you're trying to get at the nursing aspect or nursing implications of or treatment, then you probably would want to limit it to nursing journals. So to summarize, consider what stage of your research you're at. Pick your resource accordingly. Beginning stage, you might want to pick a book, go to the catalog. If you're in sort of mid-range stage, still exploring, developing keywords, try Google Scholar or the Search Everything. And then finally, if you really know what you need and you need to use those filters for nursing research, try PubMed, CINAHL, and the Nursing Reference Center. Other strategies, keep in mind, sometimes all you need is that one good article, and study the heck out of their reference list. That might turn up some additional articles. Always look at the subject headings in the database record too. That's a good way of turning up additional terms. So as I said, pick your databases carefully and try to follow the 20-minute rule of thumb. I hate it when a student comes to me and says, I've been looking for 3 hours for this, and within 5 minutes we found it. So don't do that. Don't waste your time. If you've tried, given it the old college try for about 20 minutes or so and are just stuck, ask a librarian for assistance. Doesn't have to be me, could be any one of the librarians. Are all perfectly capable of helping you get your hands on what it is you're looking for. I mentioned Google Scholar before. Google Scholar is also a great resource to use when you're trying to refine your search terms and topics, and sometimes it's good for those really tricky searches that you just can't seem to turn anything up in a database. If you are using it off campus, you do want to enable our library links so that you can get to our full text, or if we don't have it, to our interlibrary loan links. So the way to do this is just go to Google Scholar, and I just simply type in scholar.google.com, click on settings. On the left hand side, click on library links and search for Bloomsburg. When these links come up, check them and then save your settings, and your browser will remember that. That previous screen, the check availability, if I were to click on that because there's no full text link, then I'm going to get a screen like that first one popping up there where it's giving me other options, and at that point I can click on interlibrary loan to submit a request. When I do that, I get the prompt in the box below there to log on. First time users, you'll have to create your account. I strongly encourage you to do that. We don't have everything. We can't possibly afford it, but we can get it for you from another library for free to you. The library pays the cost. So when you log in, just make sure you use your full email address. This is a little bit different from the single sign-on. You do need to type in your full email address. This is what a form looks like for the article request. You can see it automatically enters all the information you need. The red starred fields are the required fields, and then you just submit your request. Usually it takes less than 24 hours to get the article. You'll get an email with a link to get back into your interlibrary loan account, which is called Iliad. And this is what it looks like. It's under received articles. You have that link there for the PDF, and that will be there for 3 weeks or so. Okay, another source to consider would be the ebooks. Ebooks are great for background information, and we have quite a few of them, close to 200,000. So we have two platforms that you can use for ebooks, and different ways actually that you can search for them. The search everything box you can use to look for ebooks. So I've done a search here for nursing philosophy, and I have limited to source types on the left for ebooks. And this is a list of those available. And you probably would also, I also put on the date limiter here. Another way to search for the ebooks would be using our catalog in BU Books and More. I did the same search and then limited to full text online and then by date again and got another list. And these lists will be similar, but sometimes you find different things. Now, I mentioned before we have the two platforms. The first platform is the eBook Central Books. So this screenshot right here is of from within the BU Books and More under View It, and all you simply do is just click on that link for the eBook Central College Complete full text available at. Click on that. That will bring up the book in the platform for eBook Central, and you want to select Read Online, not Full Download. That will basically limit you to only looking at the book on that device, and you probably want to be able to access it whenever you want to by reading online. You can download a chapter of the book when you read online, so I do not recommend doing the available for full download because then you'll be limited to viewing it only on that particular device that you're using. So once you click on that to read online, notice the table of contents on the left hand side. You can jump ahead, or you can even search within the book for a specific keyword. Over on the right hand side, there are those links for the toolbox for the various things you can do in here, such as downloading a chapter, which will create a PDF of the book, and then you can also print that out if you want. The other platform that we use is EBSCOhost eBooks. That looks a little differently. This screenshot is of a search within Search Everything. So for this, you just simply click on the PDF, or if you want to view the table of contents, you can click on that too. So if you click on the PDF, that will bring up the table of contents again on the left hand side, and you can navigate just using the arrows down below the book. So ebooks are a great tool to use. Going back to the Nursing Research Guide page, if you need help with APA style, there is some help on the writing and citing page. So the APA website actually has two free tutorials if you need to brush up on the basics of APA style, and we also have links to some online citation and style guides, including the OWL at Purdue. In addition, if you want to take advantage of a paid citation manager that the library subscribes to called RefWorks, you can do that. There's more information on the writing and citing page for how to use RefWorks, and I'll be posting some more information there as well. But this is super helpful because it will help automatically format your reference list in APA citation style, and it will also help you with the in-text citing. They have their whole YouTube channel, so it's something to consider if you want to sort of use technology to help you with your citing. The database themselves have a number of tools that also help with citing. So typically this is a screenshot of an article. I've clicked on the actual record, and on the right hand side there are a number of tools. If you click on that, you'll be able to see the APA citation, and you can just copy and paste that as well. A word to the wise, these do need to be proofread. They're not foolproof. For example, the of in the Journal of Advanced Nursing, of should not be capitalized. That's just bugs me with EBSCO, but you know, I've opened cases with them and they have not fixed that. But anyway, you do have to proofread it, but it can be helpful as well. So if you have any questions for me, remember you can always use the Ask a Librarian button for a quick question. If you want to schedule a one-on-one appointment, I'm happy to do that. I have used Zoom with distance students before, and we can share desktops. So sometimes it's easier for me to see what you're looking at, or vice versa. And so by all means, send me an email. The easiest way to get in touch with me is through Ask a Librarian. Again, my name is Linda Nyer. I'm the Health Science Librarian. If you have any questions, I hope you'll get in touch. Good luck on your research. One last point, almost forgot. There is a learning assessment in Bolt with some common information seeking tasks, and Dr. Chakottis and I would like you to try this. This will help you do some self-assessment to make sure that you were able to do all of these various tasks. So just take a look through that. If you have questions or run into problems, let me know, and good luck with your research.